Hi, welcome to my channel. My name is Delcy, and if this is your first time, you're welcome. This video is the second video of a series called The Thriving Mom. If you haven't watched the first video, I highly recommend that you pause. I'll be waiting for you. Go and watch that video, and then you come back to watch this video because that video lays the foundation for everything we'll be speaking about now and to come. And so let's get into it, okay? So I'm gonna start by just telling you the truth. Motherhood without systems is stressful, plain and simple. I remember when I first became a mom, one day a friend called me. She was just like, "Oh, Delcy, how you doing? How's your day going? Have you eaten?" And I was like, "Eaten? Food?" I had completely forgotten to eat. That's how that's how overwhelmed I was. Literally, the thought of eating, the thought of finding something to eat, putting something together to eat alone was even stressful for me. System saved me. And today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 systems that I incorporated into my life and my home that changed the game for me. So the first system which I adopted is the daily routine. I know it sounds simple, but stay with me. The first thing is the morning routine. And as a mom, you need your morning routine. And then your household, of course, needs their morning routine. So even if it's 30 minutes that you can wake up before everyone else wakes up, right? Because once everyone wakes up, you go into mom mode. You can use this time. I use this time for quiet time to pray, study the word, read my scripture for the day, meditate a bit, and then I would exercise, and then I would go wake my baby up. And then that's when the routine for the household begins, right? You wake her up at 6, we start to get her ready, breakfast, prepare lunch for school, yada, yada, yada. So there's the morning routine, right? And that would look different for all of us because we all have different lives. Your kids may not be going to school, so you wouldn't have to pack a lunch bag and pack breakfast and all of those things. But there are things that you need to think of your life, of the things that you need to piece together and put that down, that this is going to be the morning routine of our household. Look, you have no idea how this thing changed my life. Kids thrive on routines. That was the one mistake that I made when I had my first. I didn't have routines. Babies love routines. It helps them as babies to know what to expect. And it just makes life easier for you as a mom. And I'm still paying dearly for it because I remember when I was home with my first, I didn't have a wake up time. There was no bath time. We are flexible. We do what we can, when we can, how we can. I remember back then, she could wake up at 12 noon and it's like, I'm happy. The longer she sleeps, I'm even happy because I have time to myself, right? But that was not helpful. And my second child, like clockwork, at 6:30, he's up because I had decided from when I gave birth to him that, you know what, I'm gonna give you a routine. You're gonna take your bath 7 p.m., gonna eat, get some breast milk, sing a little bit, and then by 8, you're in bed. Right? Now, the second part is your day's schedule. Now, this can look very different for a lot of us. Some of us might be on maternity leave, some of us might be back at work, and some of us might even be working from home, okay? I'm gonna share primarily for those of us who are at work. So typically when I get to the office, I have what I call a debriefing session, which is just like an hour max. And in that hour, I respond to text messages, emails, and then I plan my day. What are the most important things that I need to accomplish? What are the things that if I accomplish today, I will feel that I have been productive? I list out all the things that I have to do today. And then I have 2 work windows. Now, if you're on maternity leave, it's very important to study the cycles of what you do in a day. Before I went back to work, I knew the sleep schedule for my baby, right? So I know that if he wakes up at 6:30, by 8, he's going to go back into another nap, right? And then by 11, 12, he's going to have another nap. And then by 3, 4, he's going to have another nap. And then by 6, 6:30, he's going to have his last nap. And then after that, 8, 8:30, he's going to bed, right? So that helped me to plan. If there's certain things that I needed to get done, I would typically put them around those areas so that I can get those things done. So you have your wake windows, you have your feeding windows, you have your nap time windows, which are typically windows for you to do what you need to do or nap. I know that that is not always possible, especially when you have other kids or other responsibilities. So I say nap when you can, sleep when you can. So my evening routine is basically winding down, making sure the home is fed, preparing for the next day. So that is the first system. If you don't have a daily routine, I highly recommend that to you, because that can bring a lot of sanity to your day. In the beginning, when you're starting this, it might be a bit foreign. You have to talk a lot. Don't do this, put it here, do that, do that. They pick up the routines with time, and it's beautiful to watch. The second system that saved my sanity is the home keeping system. Now, this primarily, for me, consists of laundry and cleaning. Have you ever been ready to take your child out, or you're going to church or something, and then you realize that they have run out of church clothes, or they've run out of clean underwear, or they've run out of clean socks? Oh dear Lord, I know what that feels. So it's very important that you are able to identify how long you can go for without doing your laundry. So maybe with your kids, for example, with my kids, they can go 2 weeks. I think you can even stretch to 3, and then I would need to start doing laundry. So I have this thing that I call the laundry cycle. So I know that for me, my laundry cycle can even be a month. I can go for a whole month without doing laundry just because of the different clothes that I have. I know that for my babies, 2 weeks. My husband can go forever because he has clothes for days. But it's important to know the laundry cycle for your home. So I have my kids' laundry, that is one set of laundry. There is my laundry, there is my husband's laundry, and then there's towels. So I know that if this week I'm doing my laundry, next week it's my husband's laundry. The next week it's the kids' laundry. I know that in the next 2 weeks I will be doing my kids' laundry again. And so it's literally in a cycle. And each weekend I know which laundry I'm doing. Also, when it comes to cleaning, personally, the rule is deep cleaning is done on weekends, primarily Saturdays, same as laundry. Saturday is when we do deep cleaning. And so when it comes to the hall and things like that, what I do during the week is we sweep. So that's all. Yeah. So when the kids eat, they make a mess, we would wipe the counters, we'll wipe the tables, and then we will sweep the floors. But we're not going to mop. We're not going to do it. Saturday, I will bring out my Fabuloso, my mop, everything, my wipe. We're going ham. The cobweb duster, we're bringing out the cobweb. So, doing a full deep clean. But during the week, there is a limit to what I do, because you cannot come and kill yourself, basically. You have to pace yourself. If you're a stay-at-home mom, or if you're working from home, it might be easier for you to decide that maybe each day there is a portion of the house that you will clean. So maybe Mondays, I clean the hall. Tuesdays, I clean the bedroom. Wednesdays, I clean the bathroom. So maybe you dedicate an hour each day to cleaning, and that works for you because you're a stay-at-home. But for those of us that go to work, there's no time and energy to do that during the week. And so Saturday, I know that at home, we all know we're doing deep cleaning, and we're all doing deep cleaning. My husband is doing this part, I'm doing this part, the help is doing this part. It's, everybody's on it, and I'm giving something to the kids to do. Arrange the shoes, do something. They just have to do something. Even if they don't do it right, you have to do something. And I must say at this point that I don't necessarily mean that you have to do all of these things. Of course, if you can get help, if you can hire help, absolutely. I don't do it by myself. I do have help available. So when I say system, I'm talking about you doing the work of planning and managing. Of course, doing, but if there's any way that you can get some help to help you with some of these things, do take advantage of that. Now, the third system, which I think is the most important, I call it focus hours. Focus hours are blocks of time even if it's just 30 minutes, where you do things to fill your cup, where you work on your dreams. If there are books that you want to read, you can read it in your focus hour. You can be taking a course, you can learn a skill, but you can't keep pouring out of an empty cup. You cannot manage everyone else and build everyone else's life and be there for everyone in the home, but you're not there for yourself. You're not building yourself. You're not personally developing, but you're developing those around you. It just doesn't work like that, because it gets to a point in time, you're gonna crash, you're gonna burn out. So you need to constantly be filling your cup whilst others are drinking from your cup. Otherwise, you would have nothing to give. I love to do it when the whole house is asleep, right? So I know that my kids sleep from this time, 8 o'clock. I know that I'm going to spend a good 1 hour after either doing like a deep dive Bible study, or I'm reading some books. So I'm planning my next project, or I'm planning my series, or I'm doing this. But you need that time for yourself. And I love this particular system so much because it reminded me that I'm not just a mom. I'm more than just a mom, with a purpose, with dreams that need to be built. And this is the time that I'm going to use to do that. Now, a bonus system that made me so happy was my meal planning system. Now, I know that this probably a lot of you do it, but for those of you who don't do it, I actually feel like I should even make a video on meal planning, because it is in layers, right? It's not just about making a menu. It's not just about writing a menu. Monday, this is for breakfast, although that is the starting point. And if you don't do that, then this video is for you. You need to put together a menu. You have to literally think and craft the meals that are being served in your home. It doesn't even mean you're the one cooking it, but you have to be in charge. You have to put together a plan. You have to think about breakfast. What are the nutritious meals that I can give them breakfast? Look at the needs of your family. You have to literally think and craft the meals that are being served in your home. It doesn't even mean you're the one cooking it, but you have to be in charge. You have to put together a plan. You have to think about breakfast. What are the nutritious meals that I can give them breakfast? Look at the needs of your family. But what this does is that it saves you a lot of mental load. There's something we call cognitive labor, and that has to do with the amount of decisions that your brain is working hard to make constantly. And as a mom, those are one of the things that overwhelm us. We're constantly making decisions. Oh, I need to do laundry. Oh, we're running out of sweet potatoes. Oh, the onions are done. Oh, and you're constantly cognitively laboring. And so what the meal planning system does, and all these other systems I've mentioned, is that it saves you some mental load. It also guides what I buy, when I buy, how I buy, so these systems are going to save you a great deal. I've spoken about these systems, but I really want to encourage you that it's not about perfection. It's about intentionality. The essence of everything that I have spoken about in this video today is the power of intentionality. If you want to incorporate some order into your home, you want to add sanity to your life. And so when you're doing these things, you're not just doing them haphazardly, but you're doing this knowing that you are making room for the things that matter in your life. I know that motherhood in itself, it's a lot, it's stretching, it's demanding. But if you're able to incorporate these systems, you're going to see how much time you have. You're going to see how your life can be so much clearer and how you can have more peace. Because sometimes we feel like peace is something that's going to descend into us or just drop on us. But sometimes peace is built. You can literally build the peace by the systems you add to your life. It has given me the ability to expand my capacity. It has given me the ability to manage my time better. It has given me the ability to learn how to focus. It has given me the ability to push against all odds, and it has given me the ability to be creative. So Mama, tell me, which of these systems do you already use? What have you learned in this video? Drop it in the comments. I would love to hear from you. And don't forget, part 3 is coming after this. I'm going to be talking about the power of community and how to build it if you feel like you don't have community or support. Till then, remember, peace is something that you can build one intentional step at a time. Bye.